As the Kotati make their final push on Wakanda, the heroes are more fractured than ever. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Empyre, issue number 5, the penultimate issue in this event, and find out what happens next, shall we? Well, alrighty then. So picking up from where the last issue left off, we were told by Wiccan that he and boyfriend Hulkling had actually eloped and gotten married in between issues. Really, there was a big superhero wedding and Marvel didn't get a chance to make a big deal about it? Geez, I bet they must be kicking themselves. Now, the fun and cute part of the wedding is that a bunch of the young Avengers, their original team, are actually able to attend. Mainly because, well, a lot of them are already speedsters and teleporters anyway. My personal favorite person in this image is actually Cassie Lang's stature because she's bigger than anyone else. Where did she find a dress to fit her? As Billy says, this trip down memory lane isn't just him waxing poetic. They did get married, and because of that, him and Teddy are bonded together, both magically and metaphorically. That means that wherever the bad guys have him stashed, he'll be able to lead Captain Marvel and Human Torch right to him to help turn the tide of battle. And speaking of the tide of battle, which I certainly was, things aren't looking so good for our heroes all over the world. The Thing is currently getting beaten into a fine paste by the monstrous She-Hulk, who at the end of the last issue we discovered had actually been turned into a plant monster sleeper agent by Sequoia and the Kotati. Basically, she's the Thing from The Thing. And no, I don't mean Ben Grimm the Thing, I mean Kurt Russell's The Thing. Now, we've seen variations on this matchup a lot, the ever-loving Thing versus the Hulk, but here it's different. Jennifer has become a horrifying monster with even worse intent. Just think about all that power, all that rage concentrated like a laser at one place. But no matter how hard he gets hit, the Thing refuses to stay down. After all, Ben Grimm ain't no quitter, and he has more reason now than ever to be in this fight. Not just for his old friends that he's lost, but for his new friends too that he's trying to make the world a little safer for, like those kids that the Fantastic Four saved from that fight club in their own little tie-in. That's what's got the Thing concentrated like a laser right now, and while She-Hulk may claim to be immortal, Ben Grimm is all too ready to test that theory. Oh, yeah.
Oh, now you fucked up.
Now, over with Black Panther, he's still holding out against the Kotati assault. He started with an army, and now he's an army of one. I get the feeling if that Black Panther tie-in book had come out when it was supposed to, that would probably have explained why. All the same, though, King T'Challa is undeterred. He slashes through the army of the Kotati with his space sword until he's basically knee-deep in pulp. And then, if that wasn't enough, he goes even further to take a level in badass. He tells his Wakandan air support to shoot at him in hopes that they'll kill more Kotati. We see Black Panther quite literally dance between the bullets, taking out as many of the nasty plant folks as he possibly can.
Oh my god, he's so goddamn cool!
Unfortunately, though, this amazingly heroic display might very well be too little too late. The Kotati managed to get a foothold inside Wakanda and open up one of those Krakoan-style portals, bringing in the rest of their forces. T'Challa ends up getting stabbed by swordsmen, and it's implied that he actually bled out during this. I don't know if I personally believe that myself, but hey, it's an event, so anything can happen. With the Vibranium Mound in hand, Sequoia and his followers can now officially grow another Death Blossom on Earth, and doing so growing his power astronomically. Or, to put it another more simpler way,
I'm a fucking god now! You're fucked!
Now, as it turns out for our heroes, finding the real Hulkling with Wiccan's help actually turned out to be pretty easy. They had locked him up in the brig and put an iron mask on him so he couldn't change forms. Oh, I get it, like the man in the iron mask. Yeah, see, me and Al Ewing get literary references. We read more than just comic books. Teddy tries to take back control from the usurper and tells them to not turn on the pyre weapon, but in a very Watchmen-esque scene, the Empress had already turned it on while they were talking. Carol had hoped she could use her new position as accuser to get all the fighting to stop, but everything is far too gone at this point, and even people like Clert the Super Skrull, who were kinda on the fence, figure that, hey, you know what, I probably dropped the ball with the real Emperor, I might as well double down right now and try and kill the heroes and hope nobody notices. And with that, a Skrull trial by combat is held, wherein you'll either be right or you'll be dead and you won't care. Now, as Tony Stark and Reed Richards put together, much in the same way the reader does, if the Death Blossom doesn't kill them first, then the Pyre certainly will. Which more or less means in the next 9 minutes they have to save the world twice, or else they're all gonna be killed. If nothing else though, as the comic comes to a close, Iron Man chooses this moment to showcase his brand new invention, the Fantastic Four armor, which he actually built for Reed and not himself. And so that was Empyre issue number 5, everybody, and boy do they sure jam a lot of events in this one penultimate issue. And you know what, I never actually thought I'd hear myself say this out loud, but I genuinely wish we could have gotten more of those tie-ins to help flesh out a lot of the stuff that was going on in the background before the final battle. That being said, there was a lot of stuff in this issue I did enjoy. It's nice to see Wiccan and Hulkling's romance take center stage, especially after I myself complained when this story was originally being formed that I was afraid they were going to actually break them up. In fact, the opposite ended up being true. Al Ewing just didn't break up one of the most prominent gay couples in all of Marvel Comics for shock value or to move the story forward, but in fact their love was so strong and so pure it actually helped save the day. Black Panther also gets a pretty stellar standout moment here. Again, whenever they flirt with the idea of possibly killing a character, I have to raise an eyebrow. I'm sure he'll get out of it somehow. And even if he doesn't and somehow ends up being a big name casualty of this event, don't worry, I'm sure we'll see the return of the King just in enough time for Black Panther 2 to hit movie screens, whenever that is. Ultimately, I'd feel comfortable giving this one an 8 out of 10. Empyre continues to move at a real solid pace, and I genuinely enjoy getting to read a new installment in a big Marvel event every week.
Hey there everyone, it's your pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing my face right now, that means you watched at the end of the video, and I'll always be grateful for that. Retention helps in this crazy YouTube game, and so does becoming a patron. If you head on down to the description, you can find a link to my Patreon page. Recently just redid all the tiers, a lot of cool stuff offering up there, exclusive commentaries, exclusive polls, behind the scenes concept art for Capes and Quest, that's the brand new D&D show I've started soon. Never been a better time to become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and help the channel grow and, help me continue to deliver content like what you just saw. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.